So when you're into wine, it's nice to collect bottles like this one here, a signed bottle of Chateau Figeac, from 1950, which I enjoyed at the chateau, signed by Monsieur Manoncourt, who is the owner. And then we have some other prized possessions like this 1967 Chateau d'Yquem, just a delicious wine. And yeah, just a bunch of wines like this big Magnum here, 1983 Chateau Margaux. And to collect wine, it's nice to have a refrigerator, that keeps your wines perfectly in the perfect temperature and humidity, like this Euro Cave, where I have about 50 bottles. And so it's always good to have that, 50 special bottles. The key's not there. I might have lost it, but I hope not. But they're secure in there. So here I am in my cellar. This is my name is Panos Kakeviatos. It's a very Anglo-Saxon name. And I live between Strasbourg and Arlington, Virginia. So here we are in Arlington, Virginia. And I've got a lot of wines here. Feel free to pan out and show me there's a lot of different wines. They're actually some of them have been delivered from France, and they're in a natural cellar. That means you have a natural temperature that changes in the winter and in the summer. So you don't always have a perfect degree of temperature, 55 degrees, which is ideal. But that's okay. Wine is a living thing. It evolves, and you want it to evolve as well. So in its environment. So what happens is you have about 57, 58 Fahrenheit in the winter, and then you have maybe 62 in the summer. And Thomas Duroux, who's the winemaking director at Chateau Palmer, reassured me. He says, yeah, that's fine, because I was really worried. It was like, there's all these people very obsessed about 55 degrees all the time. I was like, I don't have that. And he says, well, don't worry about it, because that's fine. I'm like, if it's okay for Thomas Duroux, it's okay for me. But what's also important about the cellar is to have little, knickknacks. You want to have this, for example. This tells you what the humidity is and the temperature. It's very good to have that, so at least you know what the cellar temperatures are. It's also nice to have little mementos, like when I went to Mouton Rothschild last year. Right now we're February, almost Valentine's Day, February 13th, 2010. Sounds very space agey, 2010. And I was there last year at Mouton Rothschild, and they got me these nice sort of a diploma, if you will. When I went over there, I did this. First, I got this label, the 2006. Whoa, that's the 2006 label of Chateau Mouton Rothschild. And as you probably know, every year Mouton Rothschild changes its label. So it's very kind of a good marketing gimmick. But fortunately for Mouton Rothschild, there's also substance as well as style.
Who's the artist?
Who's the artist? It's a good question. Hold on. Ah! Lucien Freud. So a very famous artist. Don't ask me what style. I mean, I did a minor in art history, but that was years ago. But it's nice. It's nice. So, it's always... And then this is what I got, which is, I have to admit, it's kind of silly. It's a... Mouton Rothschild Vendangeur d'honneur, which means a harvester of honor, an honorable harvester. But I didn't pick a grape, it was like, I know the winemaker there just gave it to me for fun, So I need to actually go to Mouton Rothschild and actually do the harvest. But I do have this, which is kind of fun, So it's always nice to have these knickknacks. The bottles are all over the place because I'm still in the process of organizing. But, one more thing. Speaking of Mouton Rothschild, you have labels like this. This is the 2004 Mouton Rothschild, which was designed by Prince Charles. 2004 Mouton Rothschild, it's a landscape by Prince Charles. The famous Prince Charles, but I don't think it's that great, quite honestly. I mean, I like Prince Charles, he's a great guy and everything, he's got great teeth, but I don't know about his artwork, But fortunately for the wine, it actually is pretty good. I mean, I've had the 2004, it's quite good, so, And, then, you have, like, Picasso did the 73 label, Picasso. He's a Picasso. 73? Not a very good wine. So, you know, it's a marketing gimmick, but it really works because every year everyone's sort of waiting. What's the next label for Mouton Rothschild? I don't know. You know, it's kind of exciting. But fortunately for Mouton, they make good wine. And that's the key. You want to make good wine. It's not all about labels. But you have to admit, labels are nice. When you're having a nice dinner, you want to kind of look at the label and say, this is nice. I'm having a good wine with a nice label. You can drink it. Yeah. C'est la vie.